A very good evening to you. It's 6 o'clock, which means we're launching a brand new one-day special here on Hochanda. That's what we do every night at 6 p.m. A one-day special is an incredible deal for 24 hours only. That's the time that you get great discounts. So let's introduce the one-day special. Oh my word, this is actually fantastic. The price is available on FlexiBuy, so 2 payments of £19.73. 1320 creative. My word, you are going to get creative, and possibly with more than 1,320 different ideas. Do you like what I did there? It's a wonderful deal because if you like vintage style crafting, whether it be for journals, whether it be for home decoration, whether it be for cards, for example, or planners, then you've got a little bit of everything. And this is going to be dispatched for you on the 15th of June because it's made in the USA. Now, we've got a whole host of items in here. We've got a fabulous guest as well. We've got Jo Rose joining us, and Jo will be talking us through the collections, but let's just have a quick look at what we're getting. If you want to buy this in one sitting, saving £7, it's £39.45. I don't know where to start. This is fantastic. Where shall we start? Let's start with the paper pad. 12 by 12. Now you're getting 12 sheets on here, 6 designs, and there's 2 of each. Oh, these are fantastic. Let's take a look. So what we've got here is a whole host of different designs within your 12 by 12. So you've got a postcard there. You can fussy cut around that and just use that if you want to in a project. You could use the whole of the 12 by 12 as a backdrop to your projects and then stick things onto it if you want to. They are double-sided, so let's turn that around and see the other side. Isn't that beautiful? Gorgeous flowers with a vintage vibe as well. Now, if you like what you're seeing and you want another pad, it's only £12.99, and the details for that are at the bottom of your screen. Remember, because your one-day special is available on FlexiBuy, this too will be divided into 2 payments if you go for an extra one. So it'll just be an extra £6.50 today. Love that. Love a bit of bingo. Love a bit of, oh, do you know what? I love bingo. Used to play bingo a lot down at Skeggy. Oh, Skeggy. Chips and bingo, loved it. So we've got lots of different items on here. So you've got a little, is that a map? That looks like a map of London, yeah? Can you see that just there? Very British, made in America, but very, very British. So you've got some old receipts here. You're gonna have a lot of fun reading some of the writing on here as well. My father was a brave man who... Well, you'll have to wait till you get that home to read the rest of that. You've got the Eiffel Tower there, so it's not just British, you've got some Parisian style influence on there as well. Oh, I like that ledger. Very good, very good. Westbound, condensed, transcontinental schedules. Oh, that's going to be interesting reading as well. You've got a musical score on there, you've got the birds. Lovely design there to actually put your own pattern and details onto. Life is good, it certainly is. T.B. Seekins, eye specialist. Love that. Didn't see that at first. Oh, sorry, that'll be lost. It's a joke. No, never mind. And then we've got, oh, there you go, the penny's just dropped. And then we've got some text in there. It looks like a dictionary, but it is in French. It's in French. Sorry. Oh, no, it's just me. So those are the papers. Those are the papers. That's just part of your one-day special. We've also got, well, I'll tell you something. Should we get Jo on the phone? Because Jo will be able to talk us through the different pieces that you've got in here, because we've also got this special rub-on as well, and I want Jo to talk about that. So, without further ado, hello, good evening, Jo.
Hello, Janice. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm very, very well indeed.
Not seen you for a while, and we miss you here at Hochanda, but I'm so glad we've got a one-day special with yourself, with those VTs of your demonstration, and it's always good to talk to you as well, Jo.
I know, it's a shame that we can't be at the studio again this time, but hopefully we'll be there for the next show.
Yes. Now, can you tell us a little bit about 1320 Creative?
Of course. So 1320 are an American company who have taken over, if you like, Task Angels and 7 Gypsies. So they bring us these beautiful papers, beautiful sprays, beautiful products across the board from America. So that's where you've got the delayed delivery, slightly extended delivery. So they are very, very into scrapbooking. I love my journaling and scrapbooking, but I also like, now that piece that's just showing on the screen there is Karen McCarthy's, and I just think that's fantastic what she's done there. really, really use the papers to a great effect on that piece that we can see. Really lovely.
I love that. I love the designs on there, because when you can snip into those 12 by 12s, there's a lot of different elements in there, and I think people will be surprised when they get them home. You've got lots of elements, but within the papers themselves, cutting into them, you've got so much to use, haven't you?
Absolutely. So obviously in the bundle you've got the found objects pack, but when you look at these papers, on each particular paper there's little sketchy parts. There's lovely little people that are sketched in. You can cut out all of those letters and lay them out the way you want them to do, the adventure that's there. So any of the words, you can just snip around them. You can fussy cut. These papers are a fussy cutter's delight. I'm rubbish at fussy cutting.
But there's nothing stopping you if you've got some dies, of course, apertures, and using the paper with that. I'm glad you pointed out that that said adventure. I just thought it was jumbled up letters, but that's brilliant. I love that. Now, you did mention the pieces that we've got at the front, and this is interesting because when you are trying to find things in your crafty stash, you do go rummaging through all of your drawers to find things to use. But with this collection, with your found objects, you kind of got it all there, haven't you?
Absolutely. I'm so glad that you picked up on that, Janice, because as a crafter, if I have to go into my craft room, and lots of people know now that my craft room is a big mess, if I have to go in there and try and find the elements that I want to complete my project, I'll end up not doing it. Because it's just too much hard work. So when you've got this object found pack, which has got tickets, and those are wine bottle labels, you've got tags and Hessian, you've got different pieces of punch paper in there, which is amazing to use. You've got lace, you've got that mini canvas, which is just fab. You've got those lovely colouring pages, and I actually use the sprays as watercolours on the colouring pages as well. So you've got such an array of things to use there that you honestly don't need to go into your craft room to find something that's buried at the bottom of a heap of paper.
Love that. Now, can we talk about, just while we're here, the rub-on elements that we've got? I'm going to open this up, Jo, to show everyone at home, because this is a very large sheet and there's lots of different items on there as well. How do we use this? I've seen you use it before and I think it's brilliant, but can you tell everyone at home how we would use it?
Absolutely. So these are rub-ons that are on parchment paper, which is what makes the difference. A lot of rub-ons are on ordinary kind of carrier paper. These are on parchment, and that means that you're going to be able to rub them down really easily, and they come away super quickly, so that you don't have to use loads and loads of downward pressure, which people with dexterity issues might find difficult.
Yeah.
So what we've got here are hundreds of images. I have not spent the time to count how many there are. But what you do is you place those onto your piece of work so that you can read through the paper and see the true image. So where it says no mistakes, you would actually be reading that as it says no mistakes and not have to worry about it being back to front. So that's the way, that's exactly the way, Janice, yes. So you put the black side down and rub against the dull side.
Perfect. Perfect. I think that's fabulous. There's so many different surfaces that you can put that on. So that's another part of the one-day special. And then there's one more thing that I do want to draw people's attention to, just while you're on the phone with us, Jo, if I may. And that's this fantastic book. It's with different papers in here as well, so you can try different techniques and different mediums in here.
Absolutely. Now, if I was in the studio right now, I'd be having a little bit of a wobble because I love this book so much.
Do you?
Absolutely. Look at the size of it for a start. It's a 6 by 12, which is a really unusual size for a journal. It's been put together using different papers. So you've got the corrugation on the front. You've got other papers throughout that have got different elements. And each element will allow the sprays to sit differently. So you've got the Hessian there as well, that page there. So if on the corrugation, for instance, when you spray across that, the the colour will go into the runs of the corrugation, and the mica will sit on the surface. The back page that you're showing there is watercolour. Look at the density of that watercolour paper. It's absolutely amazing. All of your sprays work on all of these papers. You can spray the lace on the front. There we are. There's the watercolour on the back. On the sample that I sent in, I've actually coloured the canvas hinge, if you like, the spine. I've used some spray on that one as well. And that lace just gives it such a delicate finish. Beautiful, beautiful.
And something to play with for everyone. It's an exploration, isn't it, into creativity when you get this particular set home. Absolutely fantastic. What can we expect to see in the demonstrations, Jo?
It depends on which demonstration's going first. I'm hoping that you might have that book first, actually. The 12 by 6 book.
Okay.
I'm hoping.
Well, I'm sure you will have it at some point, and we'll see that in the demonstrations. Now, we're 10% of the stock gone already, 11 minutes into the show. Jo, it's been an absolute pleasure talking to you, and it's lovely to talk through the different items that we're getting to give people that inspiration. So, Jo, we'll let you go, but thank you so much. You stay safe and hopefully see you soon.
Thank you, my darling. Take care.
See you later, Jo. Bye. Bye. Jo's so passionate about her craft and her art and spreading the word with you. So I think we're in for some really good demonstrations. So your one-day special, 2 payments of £19.73. It's a great deal, a great price, 329,971. Right, we've got another kit for you. And we've also got some sprays as well. Now, this particular kit is called Conservatory. There's nothing conservative about the conservatory. £29.97. You get your 12 by 12 papers. You get the found objects pack in here. And you also get the canvas. You've got the 2 sizes. It's stretched burlap. It's very delicate, so when you are using it, do be careful. But you can create some amazing designs using this project together. Here's a lovely design with the burlap canvas using some of the papers that are in your conservatory set. Isn't that lovely? Maybe something like that you can create when you get it home. And you'll see that sentiment, "You are my miracle." Well, that is also included in this particular set. You've also got your fabrics just down here with your butterflies and your moths on. You've also got your different fabrics in there and your different papers. So you can really experiment with your different mediums and get very, very tactile with your creations. 349920 is your item number if you want to go for this particular deal, and that is your conservatory. Right, we've got some sprays, and this is what Jo was talking about. We're very busy for the Glimmerist sprays. Now, I've got 3 different options. So this option includes Cross My Heart. You've got, well, I think that's your iridescent gold in there. Am I holding up the right one?
That's option 3.
This is option 3. I've got, sorry, that's Party Pink in the collection. You've also got Jack Frost in there. You've got your Summer Glow and your Lobster. I'm not holding these very well, so what I'll do is I'll hold them up one by one. So you've got that lovely mica at the bottom there. Give it a twirl and give it a spray and see how this is going to react with all the different papers and fabrics. I've just dropped one. All the different sprays and fabrics that you've got included in your one-day special and the other kit. Those are your 3. I'm just going to bend over for a moment. Breaking news. Pick up the other one. There you go. So is that option number 3? So that's option number 3. I'm doing this totally the other way round. Do beg your pardon. So that's option number 3. I'm going to go to option number 2 next. You've got your True Turquoise. There it is. You've got your Kiwi, which is a fantastic, beautiful, zesty green. You've also got your Sun Sisters in there, which is that one, with a beautiful yellow, and then you've got your Leapfrog, which is a darker green. So that's a great combination. Very, what am I trying to say? That was really bad English, sorry. Great colours for vintage designs. £15.99. And option number 1 I'm actually going to get these on stands for the next time round I come, because I'm not holding these very well. Right, so you've got Cross My Heart, you've got your iridescent gold, you've got your walnut gold, and you've got your navy blue. Is that your walnut gold in there? It is. Wow, that is a very, very fine gold. And if you just give that a shake, and then you've got your blue. We're very busy for these actually, even though I've clumsily held these up for you, but you can go onto the website and see them. It's because of the design of them actually. They're really cool because they're rounded at the sides, which is ergonomically designed, of course, to hold them and give them a little bit of a twirl and spray. So I really like that. And do you know what's nice about these as well? The size of them. Do you see how that fits into the hand? So you can very, very easily spray that. It's not too big, it's not too small. For me, that fits perfectly in the hand there. 571402 is your item number, £15.99. Right, we've got a demonstration coming up from the lovely Joan. I think we're demonstrating the one-day special. Take a look.
For this project, I'm going to be using items from the one-day special, which is our 12 by 12 papers, We Will Meet Again, found objects, and one of the 6 by 12 mixed media paper books. You can see here that I've already chopped up lots of the pieces from the papers. So we're going to be using pieces from the Beautiful page, and we're also going to be using pieces from the Life is Good page. Okay. I've also chopped up, ready for us, some pieces from the Inspire. This is the Inspire parchment rub-ons, and I've already cut some out because this is quite a noisy thing to do on camera. So I'll show you that afterwards. The Inspire images are on here. If I can just zoom you into there. Let's see, there we are. Okay. So these are some of all of the images. You get hundreds of images on there. Okay, so those are the pages that we're going to use. Just pop those out of the way. And I'm going to bring in the book that we're going to use with all of the pieces so far that I've cut. Okay, now I'm going to take these off. These are all bits and pieces. There's the rub-ons that we're going to use later. These are all from the pages and from the Objects Found pack. I've just cut off a piece of the beautiful pink Hessian, and I've got one of the tags here. So we're going to be using those. I have got a spare ball of string just over there out of sight if we need it. So the first thing I want to do, we're also going to use the chalkboard sprays, which are opaque but still have some mica in them. I've been laying these down on their sides so that they're easier to mix. If you shake the sprays, they will bubble up, okay, and you may get blockages. So I'm just going to use, this is Splash in the chalkboard. I'm going to pull this lovely lace backwards, and I'm just going to spray randomly there. I'm also going to use French Vanilla, which is another chalkboard spray. It's a very, very delicate colour. So we're just going to spray a little bit here. Just takes the tone down a little bit. I'm going to pop that onto one side, and we'll come back to that in a moment. Now what I want to show you here are different pieces of card that I've taken out already from those pages, and I'm going to show you what we'll do with those in a second. As you know, I quite like my edges to be rough when I'm looking at making a layout or anything that has texture. I like to increase the roughness on the pieces that I'm using. If I just pop those there, bring the camera in a little bit, you just see here that I've really scuffed up these edges. Okay, these show some of the beautiful detail that are on the papers. This is a little like a sketch drawing, and it says and when I stopped dancing they smiled. I think that's really gorgeous. It's a lovely thing to have. So I've tied it up with using the musical note. I've used some, like an old ticket here from, like I say, a music hall. We've got some music notes, and we've got some just like almost a damask or a heavily patterned curtain, if you like, in the music hall. So I've gone down that theme. I've scuffed all my edges up now. A lot of you use sandpaper. I don't. What I'm going to show you here is to use the blunt end of a flat palette knife and just hold the piece of paper still and just rough up those edges. This is going to give us an edge that will absorb some colour, because we're going to get the splash ink onto here, the colour ink on here. So we're just going to very quickly do that. I'm going to hide this back end here, so I'm only going to do the short end. I'm going to leave this piece with straight edges just because I can. So I'm going to now very quickly spray some splash onto, where can you see it there? If I spray some splash there, I'm going to pick it up with my blending tool, and I'm very quickly just going to dab it all the way around all of the edges. Okay, more colour down. You can spray directly into your blender if you wish, but it's a little bit intense then if you're not careful. Okay, so once we've done all of this, I'll carry on and I'll come back to you in a second and we'll start showing you how I'm going to piece it together. Okay, so I've coloured all of the edges with blue here, but I've also just decided to bring in another colour, which is Cross My Heart. It's a glimmer spray. It's got all the mica there in the bottom. And I've just literally, I've just sprayed a small spray onto my mat, and I'm not doing all of these things. I'm just literally taking the red a little bit. It's a pinky colour, but it's quite an intense. It's also reddish. It's lovely, and it's just going to bring out on here this lovely little marionette drawing. It's just going to pick up the colours here. Can you see that? So now that they're all done like that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the book back in. Now this book is beautiful. It's dry. So here we are. You can see where the colour has gone in between the ridges here, and it's really intense. And then we've got that just slightly off-white shading. There's the pure white there, and here's the off-white. So let's find it for you at this end as well. There's the pure white, and here's the off-white where we sprayed the French vanilla. Okay, and the first thing I'm going to lay down is this lovely pink Hessian. So I just need to get my glue, and I'm actually gluing onto the Hessian itself, just very quickly all the way around. I'm not worried about the raggy bits, and don't forget that this most of mixed media glues tend to dry clear, so make sure you pick one that dries clear. Okay, and then we're going to pop that into there. And I do like it when Hessian loses its edges a little bit. I really love that effect. The next piece going down is the music note. Again, all the way around the outside, and it looks like my glue has just blocked itself. So let's just give it a quick, like that, all the way around. Don't worry if you get a little bit of seepage on the glue, because it will dry clear and you can always mop it up as well. Okay, so that's that piece. This piece I decided I wanted to pop up here. Lots of popping there, and I'm just going to carry on add in the pieces, and then we'll come back in a second. I'm just going to hold that down. We can have a look in the book as well, because I want you to see the pages. I'm going to carry on gluing these pieces down, and don't forget that lace is going to flip over the front as well. So I'm going to carry on gluing those down, and I'll be back to you in just a second. So I carried on and I've glued most of my pieces down onto the book. I also decided that I wanted to spray the spine blue with the splash. I'm also going to quickly show you how I did that. It's very simple. You just pick up your spray. I'm allowing it to go onto this back cover. This back cover is a watercolour paper, really, really heavy weight. So I know that it's not going to hurt it if I do this all the way along, look. There we go. Not wasted any of my sprays because it's gone into the page there. And what it's done for me is it leaves the edge, the frayed edge, still is cream. Can you see that? It's lovely. So what we're going to do, last couple of bits now. I've got one piece of card here, and I'd ripped them separately and I've glued them together. I'm now going to use the rub-ons on here. I've got the word inspire, and that is going to sit here. Now with these rub-ons, you have to hold them down firmly. They are parchment, so if you're not careful, if you're not sure about holding them down, then just use a little bit of masking tape, and then taking a bone folder and just rub. You don't need loads and loads of pressure. I'm rubbing the top section first because I'm working on a join. I'm working over this join here. So I want to make sure that we get the whole of the image in there. I just need to look a little bit closer. Oh, the eyes aren't so great sometimes, are they? You have to peer at things. Here we go. That's all down. You can see it. You can see where it actually does lift off the parchment. Okay, and we have the word inspire here. I'm going to put the word dream here, and you use these so that you can read the word. Okay, if you've got them this way up, that's no good. You're just going to take the ink away. So pop them down so that you can read the word, and again, hold tight. If it moves a little bit, don't panic. You can usually realign it. There we go. That looks like it's all down. There. So there we've got inspire and dream. And this piece is just going to sit here. If I lift this up a tiny bit, we're just going to nudge it in underneath the edge of that Hessian there. So it's going to sit right on the edge. So we've got an slightly extended edge to the book. I want to show you the inside of the book if we have time. If not, I know that as you go down the counter you'll see it in all its glory. It's a magnificent book. I love this book. This book is going to be, for me, it's going to be all on the same kind of subject, all sort of like soft and delicate memories. Okay, so that's there. Now we're going to put this tag on, and this tag says capture the moment, but of course we need some string to go through the hole, or ribbon if you've got ribbon. I love string. What I'm going to do is I want this string to be the pinky colour, so I've just sprayed a little bit of the cross my heart down onto the mat. I'm just taking the string through the spray, and then I'm just going to put it in the middle of my hands and rub. And there we are. We have string that's got a little bit more texture and plenty of colour on there. So all I'm going to do here is pop this through from, I like to go from the front to the back. If you can't get it through the hole without help, use your pokey tool. Always be careful with your pokey tools, mind. And then you open up this loop, pull your strands through, then we're going to find the scissors wherever I put those. I'm going to find those in a moment. There they are. And just snip. And that's going to actually form pretty much the focal for this. I'm not going to glue it onto the lace. I want the lace still to be free to move, so that you can, if you want to have it like that. That's quite pretty, isn't it? So I think we're just going to literally glue this down here now. Okay, I don't want this tag swinging about. I just want it to glue down under the lace. There we go. So that's the front of the book finished. We'll look at the inside of the book at another point.
I told you she was good. Fantastic demonstrations. Remember, you can watch these demonstrations again because the show will be available on our website and on the app for 60 days. I don't know about the stock being available for 60 days. This is a one-day special, but we do have some other items on the show for you. This is your Funky Script 12 by 12 paper collection. You get 12 sheets and you get 2 of each design. I'll take you through the different designs. Got some lovely elements here. Remember, it's all about fussy cutting. But you don't have to. You could use the whole of that if you wanted to for a piece of artwork or scrapbooking. Great size at 12 by 12. So you've got Avion, Par Avion by Airmail, and you've got the birdcage there. You've got the different speckled eggs. You've got the script and the beautiful damask designs there. Turn this over. Oh, that's rich, isn't it? Lovely. We've got some lovely floral prints here and some elements that you can cut out as well. An angelfish, love that. The script on the side as well. The more you look, the more you see, and then you see a little ticket there and some script down here, and then some damask, and then you've got little notelets underneath there in the ledger as well. Let's go over to another one. Love this. Some beautiful birds there, and we have got the different eggs, so it's an education for you. Just cut out that if you want to, and that would be a really nice piece if you like. Turn this over, you've got the script on there. I'm sure you're going to have lots of fun reading into that script. We've got your butterflies and your bird there. Looks like a warbler, actually, that one there. Again, plants. Different elements, turning that over to see the whole of the page. Let me just make sure that this is the same one. Yes, same one, same one. And then you've got your birds in the air. Oh, nearly panicked then. It's all right, everyone. It's a fly. There was a bit of panic. I'm all right. I'm okay. Fine. It's a fly. And then we'll turn that over, and then, oh, that's good. What you could use this for, maybe in your diaries or your scrapbooking, and you can write your notes on there. I like that. So let's go to this one. This is all your tickets. Again, cut into this. So, my goodness, I don't want to count that, but look, they look like your Green Shield stamps there, although they're not green, they're red. Almost 20% of the stock of this particular set of papers have gone already. Doesn't surprise me. It's fascinating, actually, reading all of those tickets. What's that? Charnley's Winter Cream. Oh, I say. How much was that in its day? It's not... apparently it's not sticky or greasy. There you go, that's your winter cream. Lots of other tickets in there and price tags. Ah, dear, and your green on the back, and then some more for you to cut out. So it's oh, I like that one. Love all the vintage colours in that. Oh, this is great. This really is. A great set. We're very busy. It's only $14.99. So if you like what you see and you think, oh, I am going to use that a lot, maybe go for 2 of these books. And everything is going to be dispatched on the 15th of June because it comes from America. And there we are, back to Avion. Right, let's go to another item. You might be adding all of these to your basket, which means you can open up a flexi buy if it comes to £60 or more. Right, next up, you've got your found objects pack. Now, when you're putting together your designs and you're rummaging through your drawers, as we all like to do from time to time, you like to rummage around and find something new each and every time. Well, this is a whole host of different items, funky script themed items to work with. Let's have a look what we've got here. We've got some little envelopes like these with the reinforcement on, so you could put something in there, pop that into a scrapbook or into a journal, for example, which is fabulous. We've got some really cute little tickets here. A ticket for a coffee, that could be a loyalty card for your coffee. We've got an old vintage style card from a pack of cards here. Contents will vary, I'm sure. Your annual regatta. If it doesn't vary, these are going to be great. You could put a little sentiment in there or someone's name. Lots of things to cut into as well. So with this one in particular, you can use this as it is or you can cut into it. So you've got those lovely sentiments that you can cut out. Great for colouring as well. So that's smooth the cards. That's going to take your colours, alcohol markers in particular, very, very well. Now, weight-wise, you get £half a pound. £half a pound of tuppenny rice, £half a pound of treacle. Don't know the rest of the rhyme? Pop goes the weasel. Right, we've got a little canvas there as well, which is ultra cute, fabulous. You've got your papers in here as well. Let's take a peruse through some of these. So you've got your tickets that you can cut out, your little tags. You've got your script in there. You've got your little regal. Now this one is, oh, now, like this. Oh, now have you seen that? is that script or is it just corrugated? Because it's got a texture on there. So is it meant to be script or is it just meant to be corrugated in that lovely texture? I like that. That is lovely. And that's nice and thick and nice and soft as well. I bet you can stitch through that. I bet you can, Give it a go, give it a go. And this is nice. Now this, you could use as a stencil. Use that as a stencil before you cut into that. You've got some other brown card. I'll just pop that at the back of it. So you've got some lovely craft card in there as well. What a great mixture. What a great mixture of papers and fabrics that you've got to use. Absolutely fantastic. Do love these. And then you've got lovely Hessian fabrics. Maybe create your own little journal in there as well. Great kit. Fantastic price, oh my word, £12.99 for half a pound of objects, not half a pound of tuppenny rice. 403 130 is your item number. Now, when you are spraying and making and creating, and sometimes maybe even baking, you might want to have a lovely protection. And this is going to be a perfect apron. You will colour yours and spray yours and decorate yours. You will get two, which are plain. I'm just putting this on actually. Yes, I've got to be careful of my mic. It's just above there, so we're all right. And I'll tie it around the front, as you do. Oh, God, bit of lockdown weight going on there. And then you're getting two of these. So I really like them because they're not too big, but they're sufficient enough to cover you, even with your lockdown weight going on. And you've got your two pockets there as well, so you can pop things in there like your phone, your keys, or maybe some sprays and things like that, or maybe some pens you can just pop over there. So you're getting two. Here's another one, which has been sprayed up and designed like this. Now, are they the rub-ons? I think they're the rub-ons from your one-day special. They are indeedy doody doody. How fantastic. I didn't realise you can use your rub-ons. Well, of course you can. You've got your different elements of fabric in there. Now, the double pocket, you can see that's hidden very well with the design, but it's there, which is great. And it's a poly cotton canvas. Those rub-ons, they'd look great. So that's what it looks like plain. That's what it could look like decorated. I need to untie that so you don't see that. Lockdown locks and lockdown weight. Right, two of those, £14.99. I'm going to keep this on for a bit. Now we've got a similar project, but these are zipper pouches for you. They've got the zip already in. You don't need to make these up. They're already made for you. £11.99 for both of them. And what you can do is decorate them like this. Now, what a wonderful gift idea. If you've got your decoupage glue, you could get your fabric, rice papers, and you can also use your stencils on here as well. Freedom members, you've got a discount there, so it's £10.79. Freedom members don't pay any P&P. So both of those for £10.79 if you are a Freedom member. Let's take a look at your one-day special. And your one-day special is proving to be popular because nearly 20% of the stock has gone. There's lots in there for you to choose from, for you to use, for you to create with. Those 12 by 12 papers are excellent. Snippability, that's what it's all about. Snipping in and creating, making those papers go even further. You've got a lovely canvas board in there as well. Included, a little mini canvas board, two of those. You've also got your rub-ons, which are brilliant. You saw those on the apron. You've also got your fabrics and the found collection, your found objects, which are brilliant. Great one-day special, great price. Two payments of £19.73. Now, the conservatory is going to be our next demonstration. So with the conservatory, it's a great kit. You're getting lots in this for your money, £29.97, saving £10. So you get your canvas. Well, it's more jute, isn't it? And this is very delicate. So as you can see there, if you want to stitch into this, you can do. You can put your power text on there if you want to, your decoupage glue. You can start to stick things on there if you wish. You've got some little pockets, little paper bags, which are fabulous. You've got some tickets in there as well with various different designs on, so that would look good, would it not? You've got some lovely postcard style size cards that you can colour in and you can cut up, so you can snip into that. So you've got 3 different sentiments there if you want to. And your papers include corrugated card in there. You've got some lovely printed papers as well with scripts and newspaper style. This is lovely. Let's just bring this up. You can see here, love, to love and be loved is everything. Life is about something, something, something. There you go. There's lots of text on there that you can cut into and maybe highlight some of the words as well. 12 by 12 papers, lots of elements on here, and these are brilliant. So with these, we're going to have a demonstration now from the lovely Jo to show you what you can do when you get your conservatory collection home. Here it is, and enjoy.
On this demonstration, we're going to be looking at using products from the beautiful conservatory paper collection and found objects pack. We're also looking at, because this is in the bundle with conservatory, we're looking at the 10 by 10 canvas, burlap canvas, that's the one. Now I have to tell you, burlap is a bit of a monster when you put it onto a canvas. So what I've done, because I don't want it to sag at all, so I've just put some pieces of card in at the back, just to make sure it's nice and firm for us. I want to bring some pale colour to this first. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the chalkboard chalk colour spray. And again, you've seen me do it before. I love using this as a stencil. I'm spraying through the punched paper that we've got in the found objects pack. You won't see it a lot. It's very, very mild, very, very light. I just want to get a little bit of patination, not patination, that's the wrong word, pattern going on under here. Okay. So it's just very, very pale. Barely see it. We might go on with a little bit of the walnut gold as well. There we are. So then, yeah, we're going to use some walnut gold as well when I find it on my table. There it is. Give it a little wiggle like this. And again, it's very light, but it will give a difference in colour, and when it dries you'll see the sparkle. Okay, so I'm getting plenty on here because this is a conservatory piece, isn't it? So I'm actually making it to go in somebody's conservatory. How does that sound? And what we're going to do is that's going to get lots of little bits of sunlight on it, and it's going to sparkle. I'm also using a postcard on this project, so I'm just going to take this postcard and put it on the top of here on that piece of punch card and just press it down lightly, and that will also give me some pattern on the postcard. Isn't that beautiful? Can you see? Isn't that absolutely beautiful? So that's one of the colours that we're going to be using. The next colour we're going to be using is 7 Seas. Now 7 Seas is another chalkboard mist, and again I want to get a little bit of colour coming through, so I'll go back to, I'll get a smaller piece of the punch paper. I've already cut some up, so we'll just see if we can do this. A little bit along the edges, not all over. Okay, nice. And then I'm going to do some up here as well. This is kind of where I always start. I always give myself a couple of edges that I want to be working on. Okay, so there we go, that's that. And that needs to dry off a little bit, so we'll come back to that in a second, and I'll get the other stuff ready as well. So I've cut a piece of one of the pieces of paper from the collection, and this beautiful script, and on the other side I could have gone for the birds and the bird eggs, but I wanted that script under here first. So what I'm going to do, I've left my edges neat on this one, and you'll see I'm not scuffing the edges back. I am going to colour the edges. I've just sprayed some of the 7 C's onto my mat here, and I'm just wiping along the edge, and this is going to help us to pull everything together when it comes to the end. Now I'm going to glue that straight down, okay, and then we can work on the other pieces that we've got here. So plenty of glue. Now don't forget, when you're working into burlap or Hessian, it will absorb a lot of your glue. So please, please don't be shy with your glue. You can use gel medium for this. There we are, lots of glue there. And I'm going to flip it over and put it central, okay, and press that down. There. Now it may flip back up again. If it does, then we need to put some more glue underneath it, okay? We'll just have to see. So while that's drying, I'm going to put that there. While that's drying, we're going to come back to these other pieces that I had ready. So you can see that the tealy turquoisey colour is the theme that I'm going with on here. We've just put that lovely French vanilla into the postcard. I'm going to see this is from the Found Objects pack as well. I'm going to run some of the 7 C's over the top, and then we're going to get some more out there, and edges. We're going to edge everything with this beautiful 7 C's colour. It's the chalkboard colour, so it still has got a little bit of glimmer in it, and I think you can see that there just sitting on the top. It's lovely. I'm using some more punched paper. May use this piece. I'm definitely using this piece. So we'll edge this, and then we'll edge our postcard. I love that pattern on the postcard. It's really come up lovely. Yeah. Maybe we'll bring a little bit of that blue in as well. Let's get rid of that a second. There we are. And it actually enhances the pattern that we put down using that French vanilla. It's cool. I like it a lot. What I want this to look like is almost the wind blowing across something. Okay. So we've got our 3 pieces there, 4 pieces there. I have got some other bits and pieces that I want you to see as well in a minute. So I'm just going to sort those out, and then I'll be straight back to you. So with our paper now firmly stuck in place, we're just going to add some more pieces, and then we'll do the final positioning. What I've done is I've actually edged all of the other pieces that I wanted to use. So let's crack on. Let's get this piece right over here. So on comes the glue, and really need to get plenty of glue around these edges here. Just catching my glue in there. This is such an intricate piece of card. It's lovely to work with. I'm not worried about the glue going on the piece of paper that's under here, because of course we're covering that up a little bit, okay? It's really important to try and get the outsides of these punch paper pieces, because if you don't, then they're going to flick up, and that will mean that you'll catch them and they may rip, okay? So try and get your bits and pieces around the outside edge really well glued down. There. There you get that really pressed down nicely. The rest will follow, that's fine. Then I have this piece, which is almost like a piece of Hessian in itself. It's kind of a piece of handmade paper that's been made to look like Hessian. So on with this one. A little bit across the middle, because it's a handmade paper, it will absorb the moisture that little bit quicker. Okay, we're going to take that back a little bit. There. The reason I said I wanted to take it back is because I want these layers to show through here. A bit more glue under there. Just get hold of that, and a little bit more glue under that end. get hold of that. Next comes this piece. We're going to lay across there. Okay, so I don't mind about some of the edges of this piece not adhering flat. So I'm just going to literally put that there and let the edges do what they want to do. Now we're going on with the postcard, and the postcard is going to come absolutely central, look. Okay, so that on, and that's going there. Okay, I need that postcard to go flat really, if we can. I'm sure it will do in a little while. And then the last things that we've got here are, I've cut some leaves. Now I'm not a very good fussy cutter, but for you fussy cutters that love it, then this is a perfect piece of paper. So I'm just going to snip, I'm going to pull actually there, and I'm just going to pop that one just in there, so we'll get some glue behind the leaves, just to give it a bit of a different colour, that's all, there. And then I think we may use another piece just down here, so I'll take away that part there, and that's going to go under here. Yeah, I like that. Okay, pop that there. Okay, I'm just going to double check everything. I need to get my butterflies ready, so I'm just going to get my butterflies ready for you, and then we'll do the last little bit. So I've fussy cut my butterflies. I'm not a very good fussy cutter. I've got some butterflies, and I've also got a bird cage here, and I've sprayed all of them with the iridescent gold. I might use some walnut gold on this one, gold walnut on this one. So I'm just going to put these butterflies down where I think I want them to be. Yes, that's exactly where I want them to be. So onto the postcard, but in a straight line. Normally we have butterflies flying all over the place, don't we? But these are going in a straight line onto the postcard there. This half butterfly is flying around over here, and then the bird cage is simply going to sit there. Okay, so we're going to put some glue around the bird cage. That's going to sit there, and then we're going to go back to our good old splatter technique. I really love this simple layout. It's not over the top, but we are going to add a few little dabbles of the 7 C's coming from one corner down through. Delicate colour. This, once it's dry, it's really delicate, this colour. Okay, and there we have our conservatory canvas. Hope you like.
Love that. Here it is. Love that postcard, and didn't the sprays really bring out that design? Absolutely fantastic. Love the colours that have been used in this and all the different elements as well. That's from your Creative Conservatory collection, just £29.97, saving £10. Now you might want that and your one day special. If you do, because your one day special is available on FlexiBuy, you can divide the cost of anything else that you put into your basket. Your one day special, we launched this at 6 o'clock tonight. It's at a discounted price for 24 hours, and it's £39.45 with a saving of £7 for that time, all whilst the stocks last, of course. You've got a whole host of different papers, fabrics, different items to play with, different items to be creative with, and you've also got that fabulous journal made out of the different papers and fabrics as well to get you started. So with your one day special, you've got the canvases, you've got the 2 sizes in those, you've got your mini postcards, you've got your fantastic found objects. These are things that you would normally perhaps find in the drawer, and you'd pick it out and you'd go, oh, I'll use that on a project. So instead of going rummaging around in your drawers, we've rummaged around and we've got them all sorted for you. So we've got some lovely tags in there. We've got some really cute bags as well, or little folder pockets that you can put into your journals or your scrapbooking. We've got some really nice Hessian for you in the grey, the pink and the natural colours. We've got different fabrics in there. You've got your 12 by 12 papers as well. Your 12 by 12 papers, my goodness, lots of different elements on there. They're double-sided as well. I'll give you a quick flick through these in the final 30 seconds of the show. But we've been busy. 329971 is your item number. If you want to go for your one-day special, pop it into your basket. Joe Rowe will be back at 8 o'clock tonight with the lovely Catherine, and then on repeat overnight. Why am I telling you that? Well, people come in at all kinds of different times of the day and night, watching Hochanda in Europe and America, and they continue to buy. So make your mind up, pop items into your basket, and if you want an extra paper pad, you're more than welcome to go for that as well. I'll see you in a few minutes' time, but do check out